What's good, YouTube? It's your boy DC, and I'm here with a new reaction video to Power Book 2 Ghost Season 3, Episode 7. This is the recap. Now, if you're a huge fan of Power like me, and you like the videos I upload and create, make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, and turn on your post bell notifications to get notified every time I upload a video. Also, leave your comments and theories down below in the comment box. Now, overall, Episode 7 was fire. This was another banger episode as usual. These episodes keep getting better every week, and I can't wait to see what happens next. These episodes are straight up fire. Your boy Gordo got smoked by Drew. I told y'all, Drew was going to be the one to take the kill shot on Gordo when he found out that Gordo smoked his daddy. And look what happened this episode. Your girl Monet is shiesty. She got Drew to do her dirty work, and she didn't even get her hands dirty. Monet, you shiesty. When them kids find out the truth about what really happened, you about to be in a whole lot of trouble. Them kids is about to turn against you. You shiesty, that's all I gotta say. But we about to get into this recap, man. Enough talking. Let's get into this video. Now, the episode starts off with the Russians. We see the Russians attacking the Jamaican ad boys and getting payback for all the bodies that dropped on their end. One of the Jamaican ad boys was able to text Kane and notify him that they was being attacked before he was killed. One of the Russians picked up the phone and texted Kane back telling him that they killed Bafal and they not going to win this war against them. And I'm not going to lie, the Russians was tearing their ass up. I don't think the Tate family could last with the Russians. The Russians got firepower. One thing about the Russians, when one died, they just multiply. You kill one leader, another leader shows up. You kill that one, another one shows up. So I don't really think the Tate family can mess with them Russians. They might not win this war, but we go see what happens in these next couple of episodes. Now we get to the next scene with Monet and Gordo. And Monet tells Gordo she wants him to stop messing around with Drew because he got Drew caught up with the Russians and now they got beef. Gordo tells Monet he's going to keep seeing Drew whether she like it or not, and it ain't nothing she gonna do about it. He also tells her that the only reason she wants him to stop seeing Drew is so that Drew won't find out that Monet wanted his father killed. And Gordo was up in there talking to Monet crazy like, bro, you just seen what this lady did to her husband. You think she give a damn about your life, bro? She will kill you with no hesitation. And Gordo had to find out the hard way later on in the episode, and he honestly should have listened to Monet when he had the chance. Now, Tariq and Lauren is having a conversation, and Tariq tells her he needs her to tell him about all the information that the feds have on him in order for him to help her out and save both of them. Lauren tells Tariq she doesn't know about helping him out, and he's the reason why she's living the way she is as of now. She explains to him that the feds told her that he was a killer and a monster, and he was responsible for his own sister's death. Tariq tells Lauren if he's a monster, it's because he was made that way, and his sister was killed by a dirty cop that was after him. Lauren thinks it would be a good idea for both of them to cooperate with the feds to testify against the organization so they could be free. But Rick tells Lauren that that isn't an option, and if they do decide to testify, they'll be thrown in witness protection, and they won't be able to see their families forever. And I got a feeling something major is about to happen with this storyline, and I hope Tariq got a good game plan to get himself out of this situation because the feds is on his heels, and Tariq need to figure this Lauren situation out ASAP. So I hope he got a good plan, because they coming. The feds is coming. And I got a feeling somebody out of the Tate family and the Tariq organization is getting locked up before the season is over with. Now we get to the next scene with Brayden and Kiki. And your boy Brayden up in there smashing Kiki, clapping up her cheeks once again per usual. Brayden and Kiki is having a conversation afterwards. And Brayden tells Kiki that him and Tariq is not on talking terms. And he thought things would have been better by now. He also tells Kiki that Tariq is like a brother to him. Kiki responds and tells Brayden is Tariq like a brother or like a business partner, because she knows both of them is moving drugs out of Western Holdings. Brayden denies it at first until Kiki brings up the fact that Brayden had her wire $2 million worth of money. And she also knows about Crash Coin and how they move their product through coffee by using false bottles. And I don't understand why would Brayden tell Kiki that he was moving drugs at Western Holdings. Like, why would you admit to that? That was dumb as hell. If that was me, I would have told Kiki I don't know nothing, I ain't seen nothing, I ain't involved in nothing. I'm innocent till proven guilty, goddammit. That's all he had to say, but he chose to tell her that he was moving drugs up there in case she not tell nobody about it. Like, you know she about to go run her mouth and tell somebody. I don't understand why would you tell her that in the first place. I need Brayden to step it up, because Brayden low-key been slipping up all season. I really need him to get it together. Now, Monet meets up with Kane, Brayden, and Tariq at the warehouse, and Monet want to know why Kane never told her that no one got them moving this much weight. And she also want to know why Kane didn't tell her about the Russians attacking the Jamaican ad boys. And she need ideas. Kane tells Monet don't look at Brayden for any ideas, aka Taylor Swift. And I swear, Kane always flaming the shit out of Brayden. Like every episode, Kane is flaming Brayden. That shit be so funny. The interactions between Gianni Palo and Whitty McLean be so funny as hell. I swear. When them two in the scene together, you know they about to have a funny ass scene. Every time they interact with each other, the scene is funny as hell. Shout out to both of them because they be having me rolling. Monet asks Tariq for advice on how to handle the situation. and Tariq ignores her, leaving her to wonder what's wrong with him. Kane tells her that Tariq is sad because they had to kill his wine-wearing girlfriend, and Monet kicks everybody out of the warehouse. Now Monet tells Tariq he needs to stop being sad over Lauren and actually thank the person that took her out for wearing the wire, and she needs him to help her come up with a plan to stop the Russians from taking over her business. Tariq tells Monet he could put in a call to have the Russians' next shipment seized by the cops, and all he needs is for Drew to find out from the Castillo brothers when they get their next shipment. Monet agrees to Tariq's plan, and she tells him she was glad he stopped acting like a little punk. And later on in the episode, the feds was able to seize the Russian shipment with the help of Tate. Now we get to the next scene with David, Saxe, and Theo. And Davis is actually trying to prepare Theo for his parole hearing. And Theo is answering all the questions wrong. And he's doing this on purpose so he could sabotage the case and protect his brother David's secrets from coming out. And Davis knows this. After Theo leaves out, Davis tells Saxe that his brother's going to die in there. And there's nothing he could do about it. Saxe tells Davis he still has a chance to get out. And there's another way for him to get out. And the other way would be them swapping out one of the parole board members for a dirty one that they could bribe with cash in order to get Theo released. And Saxe will be seeking help from Jenny later on in the episode to help switch out a parole board member with a dirty one instead. Now Gordo and Drew meets up with the rest of the Castillo brothers at Evelyn's bar. And Drew wants to know when the next Russian shipment is coming in. The Castillo brothers want to renegotiate the deal they have with the Tejada family now that they are at war with the Russians. Guillermo tells Drew they want the deal to be 50-50. Gordo steps in and comes to Drew's defense. And Gordo tells his brother that they all decided to kill Paval together. And the Tejada family is like family to them. And this is what their father Frank would have done. So they go stick by the Tejada family no matter what. Now Saxe meets up with Jenny, and he wants to know if it's possible she could help switch out a member of the Theo Rollins parole board panel that could take a bribe in order to guarantee the release. Jenny doesn't think it's a good idea to go through with the plan. But Saxe tells her that Davis has a copy of Detective Whitman file in his office. And if he has that file in his office, then he most likely have more evidence hanging around in the office. Jenny agrees to swap out a member on the parole board team, and she tells Saxe if he messed this up, she will come after him about it, which pissed Saxe off. Saxe tells Jenny he's only working with her to try to bring the bad guys in and put them all in jail, and she was the one that lied to him about it, and if she lies to him again about this case, he won't hesitate to burn her. Now we get to the next scene with Tariq and Tate, and Tariq tells Tate he needs him to call in a favor to have the Russian shipment seized by the police, and this could be good publicity for Tate to help him get his numbers back up in this campaign race. Tate agrees to Tariq's plan, and later on in the episode, the Russians will have their shipment of drugs seized by the feds with the help of Tate. Now we get to the next scene with Monet and Kai, and we see Monet and Kai kicking it together. Drew shows up at the house to meet up with Kai, and Monet want to know if it's possible Kai could help out with the Russians. Kai tells Monet that the feds snatched up a bunch of his soldiers, and he doesn't have much firepower. Drew gets upset at Kai because Kai told Drew and Kane that they need to get payback for Lorenzo's death, and now that they had it with the Russians, Kai don't want to help out. Kai and Drew ends up getting into it for a bit, and Monet diffuses the situation and escorts Kai out. Now Drew and Monet is talking, and Drew tells Monet that Kai ain't nothing, and she shouldn't be doing business with him. Monet tells Drew that they need all the help they can, and the Castillo brothers isn't enough. Drew tells Monet that they might not have the Castillo brothers anymore, and they want to renegotiate the deal that they had, the 50-50. But he tells her that Gordo's going to talk his brothers out of it. Monet tells Drew she glad he got Gordo on lock, and Drew tells her it's not even like that. He thinks that him and Gordo could be something serious, and he thinks he the one. Monet tells Drew to make sure he always has Gordo's ear, and not his family, because Drew and Gordo might be on the same page about each other, but his family might not be. Now we get to the next scene with Bruchandria, and we see Bruchandria performing, and shout out to your girl light-skinned Keisha, she be looking good as hell on the TV show. Tariq might have to bag her and add her to the roster. He worried about Effie and Lauren. He need to get Bruchandria and add her to the team, goddammit, because Bruchandria be looking good as hell. Now Celine corny ass comes to the stage and perform a poem he had dedicated to Diana, and Diana is not trying to hear that shit. She walks off and Salim chases after her. He trying to figure out why is Diana constantly ignoring him. Diana tells Salim she is not one of his groupies, and she ain't falling for his BS. Salim get all of his feelings talking about some, oh, it must be true that you sleep with Tariq, and I know you selling drugs out of the candy store, yada yada yes, and yada yada yada. Like, Salim, ain't nobody trying to hear that bullshit that you talking about. And I'm glad Diana slapped this nigga for running his mouth, because Salim always got some disrespectful shit to say. And he always talking like, Salim is one of the corniest power characters in history. I swear to God. Him and Jabari Reynolds, they is one of the two corniest power characters in history. And I'm glad Diana slapped him for running his goddamn mouth too much, because he talked too goddamn much. Now, Tariq meets up with Effie, and he tells Effie that he need that picture of Noma that she took when they was in Italy, so he could use it to get from under Noma's stung. Effie tells Tariq she'll give him the picture, only if he lets her back into the business. Tariq tells Effie he can't do that, because he can't trust her. And Effie tells Tariq she can't trust that Tariq won't give her up after she gives him the photo. They end up going back and forth about Lauren, and Tariq tells Effie that Lauren wasn't a threat, and she didn't need to kill her. Effie tells Tariq that he's weak, and that's why he had to take care of Lauren, because she wouldn't do it. And the whole time this is going on, Tariq is recording the whole conversation he having with Effie. And later on in the episode, Tariq is going to play this recording to Lauren to prove to her that he wasn't involved in trying to kill her, and Effie was the one that wanted to take her out. Now we get to the next scene with Brayden, and Brayden is at Western Holdings, and he's having issues with the Crash Coin Company service. Brayden ends up spotting an employee at Western Holdings coming out of a janitor closet, carrying large bags of shredded paper. Brayden goes into the janitor's closet and notices that there's a door that leads to an undisclosed room. Brayden ends up going inside the undisclosed room, and he notices a bunch of documents and shredded paperwork everywhere. Brayden ends up reading some of the documents from the books that was left out, and Brayden notices that there's a Ponzi scheme going on at Western Holdings. And this right here is why I wish Kane would have never gave Brayden that goddamn Tejada family money, because now y'all all in some shit. Now we come to find out that Western Holdings is running a Ponzi scheme. And what happened? Last episode, Kane then gave Brayden Lorenzo's life insurance policy money to look after at Western Holdings. And now look at all this stuff that's going on. Now y'all got your money tied up in a goddamn Ponzi scheme. And later on in the episode, Brayden confronts Uncle Lucas about this Ponzi scheme issue and what's going on. Now we get to the next scene with Effie, and Effie ends up finding the camera that was installed on the Stansfield rooftop, and Effie immediately runs out of there. She texts Kane and telling him that there's a camera on the rooftop and they need to meet up. And I don't understand how Diana did not see this camera. Like, it's literally right there in plain sight. I don't understand how Diana did not see that camera. But hey, it is what it is. Hopefully your girl Diana is able to get herself out this situation, because we saw what happened later on in the episode. Diana had to pay that price for getting caught on that camera. Now we see the Russians being arrested after Tariq tipped off Rashad Tate about the Russians getting their shipment of drugs in. And the Russian leader gets pissed off once he found out that the feds had seized their drugs. Rashad Tate ends up taking all the credit for it like Tariq promised. And this is going to help Rashad Tate numbers in his campaign race. But honestly, I think the Russians might be after Rashad Tate next. Like, you in the spotlight claiming that you was responsible for all this and that. You think the Russians ain't gonna want to know who was responsible for this? And I think they about to come after Rashad Tate next, because you in the spotlight admitted to being the one that was responsible for the Russians getting their drugs taken away by the cops. And I don't think the Russians are gonna like that. So I'm expecting the Russians to come after Rashad Tate next. Now we get to the next scene with Jenny, Blanca, and Agent Young. And the feds want to know, how did Rashad Tate know about the Russian shipment coming in? And where did he get the information from? And Jenny thinks that Tariq told Rashad Tate about the information in order to get him campaign boosts in exchange for taking out the rival gang, since the Russians took away their supply line. Agent Young thinks no one's going to be moving product now since the streets is dry. But Blanca tells him that Tariq is going to be still moving product somewhere else, and she could guarantee that him and Brayden is moving weight out of Western Holdings. And your girl Blanca be putting two and two together like it's nothing. I need her to chill. Like, I understand she doing her job and all that shit, but I need her to chill out. She be really putting all this shit together. Like, Blanca, you been giving us issues since the original Power. We need you to chill out for a bit. Just give us one season where we ain't got to worry about you. Just chill. But shout out to Blanca character, because she be knowing her information, goddammit. One thing about Blanca, she go figure some shit out. That's one thing I can say I like about her character as a police officer. She do be figuring shit out and coming to the truth, so I can't be mad at that. But I'm going to still ride for my boy Tariq and Brayden on the dark side, goddammit. We need you to chill the hell out. Now we get to the next scene with Kane and Effie. And Kane meets up with Effie to drop our product to her. And Effie tells him that this isn't enough to help pay for her tuition. Kane offers to give her some money for it, but Effie doesn't want to take it. She tells Kane that she doesn't want to be a charity case, and she'll get it on her own. And we find out later on in the episode that Kane still ends up paying for Effie's tuition. Now we get to the next scene in the classroom, and Professor Bennett is having a discussion with the class about the topic, Land of Lies. And they all taking shots at each other once again. Effie in there taking shots at Tariq because she mad Tariq and her ain't messing around no more. Salim in there taking shots at Diana. He talking about when someone offers a helping hand, you take it with gratitude, yada yada. Yes, like, Salim, shut up. Nobody don't want to hear nothing you gotta say. I get annoyed every time Salim is talking, because he always saying some corny ass shit. Like, bro, nobody do not care about what you gotta say. Just please shut the hell up. Just please shut up, Salim. Now Monet and Diana is having a conversation on the phone, and Diana tells Monet she been having issues at Stansfield with Salim. Monet asks Diana if she needs to come up there and handle the issue she's having with Salim. And Diana tells Monet that she got it and she can handle it. And honestly, Diana should have let Monet come up there and handle that Salim issue, because Monet would have took that boy out with no hesitation. Y'all see Monet like catching bodies, goddammit. She would have killed Salim with no hesitation. And I'm not gonna lie, I hope Salim gets smoked before the season is over with, because I'm trying to roll up that goddamn Salim pack. I'm trying to put that Salim pack in the air. So I hope we get that Salim pack before the end of the season. Now we get to the next scene with Davis and Sachs. And Sachs tells Davis that there's a dirty jury member on the parole board hearing team of the Theo Rollins case by the name of Elliot May. And they could bribe him to help out with Theo Rollins being released, but they need cash for it. Davis tells Sax like, cash ain't nothing, bro. We got some money right here. That boy Davis had a safe full of hundreds, blue hundos. Like, Davis, let me hold $1, bro. You got enough money in there. Let me borrow $1 too. Like, let me hold some. Davis doesn't think it's going to work out due to the fact that he's a government official. But Sax tells him that he's sure it will work out and he will make the approach himself. As Sax does that, he ends up meeting with the alien main character to pay off the cash that Davis gave to him. And this will help out with Theo Rollins being released from jail later on in the episode. Now we get to the next scene with Tariq. And Tariq is outside of Western Holdings trying to get in contact with Lauren. And Junior is sitting out there as well, but he's dressed up as a bum. And he's spying on Tariq. Junior ends up finding a no-cap all frat cup from the trash can. And he was able to locate the secret compartment and find the drugs that was hidden underneath inside the cup. Tariq does not know that the feds is sitting outside watching him the entire time. And I can't wait to see how this storyline develop. I don't know if Tariq recognized if that was Junior or not, but I know sooner than later, Tariq go find out that the feds was watching him. And I can't wait to see how Tariq is about to operate and maneuver now that he know the feds is on his heels and they about to create a RICO case against him. Now we get to the next scene with Diana and Salim. Wait a minute, fuck that. His name ain't Salim. This boy name is Trevor. And Diana exposes the hell out of Salim, aka Trevor. This boy got the nerve to lie this whole time about his name, talking about my name is Salim Alshay Freeman. His real name is Trevor. And Trevor comes from a good home. 2 white parents at that. This boy was adopted when he was born. This boy went to a private school and all that. This boy had a good life. This boy ain't never went through no struggle or nothing. And he up in there lying, talking about something. I went through the struggle. My single mother had to go through this. I had to go through that. Like, this nigga is a fraud. And Diana exposes him. And we got to give props to Kane, because Kane called it first. He knew that Salim name sound made the hell up. And he called it a couple of episodes back. And he was right. This boy name is not Salim. His name is Trevor. And I don't know why I'm calling him Salim. Goddammit, your name is Trevor. Got the nerve to be sitting up here lying to these folks at this school talking about you went through the struggle. You came from a single parent household and all this. Like, bro, I can't stand liars. And the fact that this boy been lying about his true identity really pisses me off. I thought Salim was a fez, but it turns out this nigga is just a liar. He just a fraud. Like, Salim, you just one fraud, corny ass nigga, bro. Now, Diana tells Salim if he doesn't want nobody to find out the truth about his identity, then he better keep his mouth shut about her selling drugs at the candy store. She also tells Salim that she wants him to reduce his hours at the candy store and give hours to the people that actually need the work. And she also tells Salim that he need her to give her an extra raise on her next paycheck because she worked too goddamn hard and fast for us a bitch. And Salim, that's what your ass get. You thought you had one up on Diana. That's what your ass get. I'm glad Diana exposed you and Diana was able to get things to go her way. Because you really thought you was doing something. Talking about something, oh, I'm going to call the police because you selling. Shut up. Nobody don't give a damn about the police or you telling. Like, you got secrets of your own too, so you can't go open your mouth about nothing. You open up your mouth, everybody go find out the truth about yourself. Trevor got the nerve to be lying to people. Bro, I can't stand this boy Trevor. Salim, whatever the hell your name is, bro, somebody needs to kill his character already, goddammit. Now we get to the next scene with the Tejada family, and we see the Tejada family meeting up with Kai at his club. Monet tells Kane and Drew to wait outside while she has a conversation with him. Monet and Kai is having a conversation about doing business together and being together. Kai leans in and tries to kiss Monet, and as this happens, gunshots start to erupt. Monet and Kai starts tussling once he realizes that Monet has a knife, and Kane comes in and pops Kai straight in the head, saving Monet's life. Monet sends Kane outside to check on Drew, and she takes his Gordo from the burner phone she had in her pocket, and she planted it on Kai. Drew finds the phone and reads a text message from the phone revealing to Monet and Kane that Kai has something to do with Lorenzo's death. Monet tells the kids that Kai didn't do it alone, and she wants Drew and Kane to find out who was the second person involved in it and take them out. And later on in the episode, Drew ends up finding out that Gordo was the one that really took out his father. Now we get to the next scene with Effie, and we see Effie meeting up with her guidance counselor. And Effie finds out that Kane paid off her tuition for the rest of the semester. Effie texts Kane telling him that she didn't need his charity work, and Kane responded by saying, "You're welcome." And Effie had a little smile on her face when Kane sent this text. I'm not gonna lie, your boy Kane is about to hit. Effie, you gotta let Kane hit it now. Kane didn't pay for your college tuition for the rest of the semester. You gotta let Kane hit. Kane about to hit, I'm telling y'all. Either episode 8, 9, or 10, Effie and Kane about to get it on and crack, and Kane about to clap them cheeks, and that boy Tariq will be pissed the hell off when he find out Kane is smashing Effie, I'm telling y'all. Now we get to the next scene with the Tejadas, and we see the Tejadas meeting up with the Rushes, and your girl Monet dropped off your boy Kai head to the Rushes inside of a cooler. Monet is shiesty. She ain't had to do my boy Kai like that, man. Shout out to your boy Sean Nelson. Dance Fever Mike from the Woods. She ain't had to kill him off that early. I was looking forward to seeing this character for these next couple of episodes. But Monet cut that boy water off. Now the Russians want to know why would Monet kill Kai, and Monet explains to him that Kai played both of them. He set up Lorenzo to be killed, and he framed the Russians for it so they could have beef with each other. Monet then asks the Russians if it's possible they could call a truce since Kai is dead, and the Russians agree to the truce for now. But I honestly don't think the Russians is really about to let the Tejada family slide. I think they about to come back for more vengeance. And I'm expecting the Russians to drop some more bodies, goddammit. I don't think they about to let that slide, that the fact that the Tejada family that took out 2 of their members. The Russians gonna want some more blood behind that. And I'm expecting them to come after the Tejada family in these next couple of episodes. Now we get to the next scene with Theo and Davis. And Theo has finally been released from prison. And Davis is happy. Davis wants to celebrate with his brother, but Theo doesn't look happy to be out of jail. Theo tells Davis there's no way he should have got out of jail because he was answering all the questions wrong. And they still released him, which prompted him to believe that Davis had something to do with him being released. Theo tells Davis that he took the fall for him because he thought he was going to be something. And now he's afraid that Davis could possibly go to jail for this. And I can understand Theo's perspective on this because Theo basically just did 28 years for Davis. And he come out of jail and see that his brother was still on the same BS he was 28 years ago. Like, I can understand Theo's Rollins perspective. Now, Jenny and Blanca is having a conversation with Agent Young. And they tell Agent Young that the drugs he found at Western Holdings matched the packaging that was found at the Stansfield rooftop campus and the Jamaican Ad Boys crime scene, which all links to the Wall Street drug trade, the university drug pipeline, and the Tejada Street organization, giving them enough evidence to start a RICO case. Jenny reveals to Blanca that Effie was spotted on the Stansfield rooftop, and she's the main suspect in Lauren Baldwin's death. She also reveals to Blanca that Lauren Baldwin is still alive, and she's ready to testify. Blanca is excited once she hears the news that Lauren Baldwin is still alive, and she thinks they have enough evidence to bring this to Agent Medina. Now, Tariq calls Lauren, and Tariq tells Lauren that he has proof that he was not involved with her alleged death, and he wants to show her the proof. Lauren tells Tariq she doesn't know if she has enough time, because the feds is about to get ready to move her to another location. Tariq tells Lauren he needs to meet up with her, and Lauren agrees to meet up with Tariq. And later on in the episode, your boy Tariq goes on a mission and sneaks into the DEA office to play Lauren the recording that he has of Effie, confessing to being the one that tried to take her out. Now we get to the next scene with Drew and Gordo, and we see Drew and Gordo hanging out together, kicking it. And Gordo ends up going to take a shower after him and Drew gets done kicking it. Now Drew ends up texting a burner phone that was found on Kai that was planted by Monet, asking to meet up. Once Drew sends this text message, Gordo's phone inside of his pants pocket ends up going off. Drew ends up seeing the text that was sent to the burner phone that was inside of Gordo's pants pocket, realizing that Gordo was the one that killed his father. Drew immediately grabbed a gun out of his dresser and killed Gordo with no hesitation, telling him, "I trusted you," before firing the fatal shot. Kane runs in the room trying to figure out what's going on, and Drew tells him that Gordo was the one that killed their father. Now Monet shows up at the house to comfort Drew, and deep down inside, I know Monet was happy as hell that Gordo is gone, because she low-key got Drew to do her dirty work without even getting her hands dirty. And all this is going to do is cause more chaos in the family. And Monet is going to have a bigger issue to deal with now that Evelyn has lost her husband and one of her child thanks to Monet. And I got a feeling the Castillo family is going to want payback for Gordo's death. And we go to see the Tejada family and the Castillo family going to war. And I can't wait to see how this plays out in these next couple of episodes. Now we get to the next scene with Brayden and Lucas. And Brayden meets up with Lucas to confront him about the Ponzi scheme that's going on at the hedge fund. And Lucas admits to Brayden that he is running a Ponzi scheme up there. And he has a couple of employees that's helping him keep the Ponzi scheme going. And Kiki is one of them. He then calls Kiki in there and tells her that she doesn't need to keep the act roll going. And we end up finding out that Kiki is involved with the Ponzi scheme at Western Holdings. We also find out that Kiki told Lucas that Brayden and Tariq was moving drugs out of Western Holdings. Brayden tells Lucas he's going to need Tariq's trust fund and the Tejada family dirty money that he gave to Kiki to invest back. Lucas tells Brayden he's not getting none of that money back, and he better not say anything to anybody about the Ponzi scheme. And if he does say something, he's going to tell the cops that he's moving weight out of Western Holdings. And Brayden, it's going to be time for you to catch your first body. You're going to have to kill your uncle or Kiki, because they got child money. They got all this money tied up in this Ponzi scheme, and you to blame for it. You told Kane to invest his goddamn money into Western Holdings. You also told Tariq to join Western Holdings by manipulating for Tate to give his internship to someone else. So, Brayden, all this shit fall back on you. It's time for you to catch your body, bro. Brayden, you going to have to step up and get your first kill now. You going to have to take out your uncle or Kiki. You going to have to figure out something, because we gonna need that money back, bro. You gotta figure out something ASAP. Now we get to the next scene with Tariq, and Tariq pays off one of the DEA agents to use his uniform to sneak inside the DEA building to talk to Lauren. And look at your boy Tariq. Your boy Tariq was looking just like his goddamn daddy. I swear, Tariq, you always be talking about, I'm nothing like my daddy. I'm smarter than him. I'm better than him. Nigga, you just like your daddy. Look at these comparisons. Nigga, you was just like your daddy. This is ghost similarities all the way. You just like your daddy, boy. Stop lying. Ain't nothing wrong with being just like your daddy. You could be better than your daddy, but stop lying, boy. You just like your daddy. You doing the same shit Ghost used to do. Now, Tariq meets up with Lauren inside the restroom, and Tariq plays Lauren the recording of Effie admitted to being the one that tried to take her out. proving to Lauren that he didn't have anything to do with her alleged murder, and it was all Effie's doing. Lauren now believes Tariq, but she tells Tariq it's too late, and the feds are already building a RICO case against him and the Tate family. But she does agree to give Tariq more time until he figured things out. Tariq want to know how didn't Saxe see the RICO case coming, and Lauren tells Tariq that Saxe is working with the feds, and he's the mole. And I know Tariq was pissed off once he found out that Saxe was working with the feds, because Tariq knows Cooper Saxe. Like, Saxe has a history of working with the feds. He used to be a U.S. attorney, so it was like Tariq then went down this road before with Saxe. And not like that, Saxe, I think Cooper Saxe's time is almost up. Like, he is one of the longest power characters on this show. Besides Tariq, Tariq and Saxe is like literally the two longest characters from the original show of Power. And I think Cooper Saxe's time is up. Like, Cooper can't keep getting away with playing both sides. Eventually, Cooper Saxe is about to catch a bullet. And sooner than later, Cooper Saxe is going to have to die for all the shit he been doing. Now, we get to the end of the episode, and we see the Tate family having dinner together. All of a sudden, the feds come through busting in the doors, and they have an arrest warrant for Diana. And Jenny and Blanca ends up arresting Diana for possession of illegal narcotics with the intent to distribute. And Monet was pissed the hell off when she saw Diana getting arrested. I'm not going to lie, I was pissed the hell off when I saw Diana get arrested. And this is just the beginning of the RICO. And Monet, it's time for you and your family to get on your P's and Q's, because the feds is coming. This is part one right here. They about to try to lock all of y'all up. They got Diana. They about to come after you next. And I want to see what's about to happen next with this storyline, because the feds is coming. And this finna be the beginning of their RICO case. And I want to see what's about to happen next. I think Diana's about to get out of jail. I don't think she gonna be in jail for no more than the episode. They don't got no evidence on her, if you ask me. But they got evidence on everybody else, and I don't know. Somebody else might be going down for this RICO shit. But y'all let me know what's going to happen next. We do got 3 more episodes left, and I'm expecting these next 3 episodes to be epic. But leave your comments and theories down below in the comment box. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, and turn on your post bell notifications to get notified every time I upload a video. But it's your boy DC. I'm out. I'll see you guys next time.